Listen carefully to what I'm going to tell you. Don't blink, don't look away, because what I experienced still lives with me. And it could end up living with you too. Laura, you remember her, right? Moved to that old apartment in the city center. A place with walls yellowed by time, a musty smell that had permeated the soul, and a silence. A silence that wasn't peace. It was a kind of absence, as if the air itself was waiting for something, or someone. On the very first night, she called me. Her voice was shaky, trying to laugh, to hide it. She said the place was kind of weird, that she had felt a chill for no reason, even with the sun streaming in through the window. I laughed, but that kind of chill, she described it as if a cold, damp hand were running over her skin. And there was more, the closet in the bedroom. It was built in, old, with thick, dark wooden doors. It was in the darkest corner, where the light seemed hesitant to enter. She said it swallowed the light, a black hole. It felt like if you stared at it for too long, it would pull you in. Not your body, but your mind, your soul. The first morning she heard a creak coming from there, the wood shifting, maybe. But she said the sound was intentional, like restrained footsteps, like something moving slowly so as not to be noticed. Then silence, but not a calm silence. It was a full silence, as if the entire room held its breath along with her. The kind of silence that makes your heart beat too loudly. A few days later, the closet door started to open by itself. Nothing sudden, a slow turn of the knob, as if someone were on the other side, but no one was. At least, not someone you could see. The knob turned slowly until a soft creak cut through the air. And then the mirror. There was a mirror on the door. And she saw, she swears to this day, a figure, dense, like compacted smoke. It didn't reflect the room or herself. It was something else. A dark outline with sunken eyes, which seemed to be inside the mirror but also behind her. She turned to look, but there was nothing. And when she looked back at the mirror, the figure was still there. From then on, the nights became torture. Laura started sleeping on the couch, wrapped in a blanket with all the lights on. But the closet seemed to know. The knocking started, always at night. They weren't light. They were claws, scratching the wood from the inside, scratching desperately, not like someone who wants to get out, like someone who knows they're going to get out sooner or later. And the whispers, oh, the whispers. At first, she thought it was all in her head, distant voices echoing, but they became clearer, closer, right in her ear. And what they were saying, she couldn't understand, but she could feel the intention, hatred, hunger. It was like hearing a curse forming in the dark. Her skin changed, her eyes lost their shine. Laura seemed to shrink day by day. She avoided the mirror, she avoided the closet, she avoided even her own shadow. She said she felt eyes on her back all the time, even in the bathroom, even on the street, as if the thing had attached itself to her. The last night was the worst. She woke to the sound of the door creaking, the closet opening by itself. The room was plunged into a thick darkness, a darkness that breathed. She swore she heard it, heavy, humid, panting breathing, and hungry. The eyes, two pale phosphorescent dots, deep as the holes in a tombstone, opened in the back of the closet, but they didn't glow with light. It was a glow of absence, of something that existed before light, before life. She tried to scream. The sound wouldn't come out. It was trapped, suffocated, as if an invisible hand were squeezing her throat. The room grew cold, very cold, that burning cold. The thing took a step, or maybe it floated. She couldn't tell, but it moved, and it was as if time had frozen. The closet door closed by itself with a click that echoed like a sentence, a slow, heavy sound, final, like the closing of a coffin. And before disappearing, the thing whispered, just one word, in a language she didn't know, but she understood. That wasn't a goodbye, it was a promise of return, of persecution. That was when Laura found the diary. It was hidden behind a loose board in the closet. The previous resident had written everything, pages and pages of agony, the same eyes, the same breathing, the same whispers. But at the end, there was only one sentence, written with tremors. He never leaves, he just waits. Laura ran away. She left in the middle of the night, with the clothes on her back. She never came back, but she didn't escape. The thing went with her, somehow, and she feels it, to this day, in the mirrors, in the closets, in the cracks in the door. She knows he's there, and I know it too, because sometimes when I talk to her on the phone, I hear it, a second sound on the line, a breath, very light, but always present. So nephew, niece, if you ever walk into a room and feel a cold that makes no sense and a closet that seems deeper than it should, don't open the door, because that is still waiting, waiting for you, and the hunger never went away.